Jake Paul disruption in the MMA space. Disruption बॉक्सिंग में करने के बाद अब एमएमए में आ चुका है। जेक पॉल ऑफिशियली साइन कर चुके हैं पीएफएल के साथ, प्रोफेशनल फाइटर्स लीग के साथ ऑफिशियली साइन कर चुके हैं जेक पॉल। और जेक पॉल एमएमए डेब्यू करने वाले हैं 2023 में। सो कॉम्बैट स्पोर्ट की सबसे बड़ी खबर आ रही है पिछले कुछ घंटों में। जेक पॉल डेब्यू करने वाले हैं मिक्स मार्शल आर्ट्स में, एंड एक सुपर फाइट डिवीजन बनाया है उन्होंने, जिसकी फाइट सिर्फ पे पर व्यू पर होंगी। दैट मींस प्रोफेशनल फाइटर्स लीग पीएफएल पे पर व्यू में डेब्यू करेगा अपना विद दिस सुपर फाइट डिवीजन। एंड बिगेस्ट न्यूज इसके अलावा है कि नेट डियास को 2 फाइट डील ऑफर कर रहे हैं जेक पॉल।
One
साथ
in
ही में
boxing, one in MMA.
वन इन बॉक्सिंग, वन इन एमएमए। थैंक यू डॉनी। एंड साथ में आज हम बात करने वाले हैं 2022 में इंडियन एमएमए सीन में किसने क्या किया पिछली बार, हम रिकैप करने वाले हैं राइट फ्रॉम जनवरी टिल दिसंबर। इंडियन एमएमए में बहुत कुछ रीसेंट डेवलपमेंट्स हुए उसके बारे में, और बेस्ट फाइटर बेस्ट नॉकआउट के अवार्ड्स हम देंगे।
Welcome back to a little podcast called the MMA Hinglish Podcast. I'm Don, and this is my co-host with the most, Mr. Amit Singh from Uttarakhand, and we are very very pleased to be here because not just that, we are also very pleased because there's been a lot of commotion going on in the MMA scene in the last 2 3 days. So breaking news is that Jake Paul has signed a a multi, multiple fight deal with the organization PFL, and because of him, a new division has been started called the Super Fight Division. Isn't that right,
यस,
Amit? To you.
डेफिनेटली। जेक पॉल डिसरप्शन इन द एमएमए स्पेस। डिसरप्शन बॉक्सिंग में करने के बाद अब एमएमए में आ चुका है। जेक पॉल ऑफिशियली साइन कर चुके हैं पीएफएल के साथ, प्रोफेशनल फाइटर्स लीग। इंडियन एमएमए सीन में किसने क्या किया पिछली बार, हम रिकैप करने वाले हैं राइट फ्रॉम जनवरी टिल दिसंबर। इंडियन एमएमए में बहुत कुछ रीसेंट डेवलपमेंट्स हुए उसके बारे में, और बेस्ट फाइटर बेस्ट नॉकआउट के अवार्ड्स हम देंगे। तो सबसे पहले तो डॉनी, हाउ यू डूइंग मैन?
I'm fine, bro. I just have to ask you one thing. Why do you keep on saying that Jake Paul has disrupted boxing? How
जेक
much do
पॉल
you
हैज
watch boxing?
डिसरप्टेड बॉक्सिंग क्योंकि बॉक्सिंग का स्पोर्ट से लोग वॉकआउट कर रहे थे ऑलमोस्ट सब। बॉक्सिंग फैंस आके मिक्स मार्शल आर्ट्स देख रहे थे, यूएफसी देख रहे थे, एंड जेक पॉल की वजह से कुछ लोग दोबारा बॉक्सिंग ट्यून अप करने लगे हैं। इट्स ये एक हाइप क्रिएट करने का जो जेक पॉल का नजरिया है, जो हाइप वो क्रिएट करते हैं अपनी फाइट के साथ। तो कैजुअल फैंस भी आके उनकी फाइट देख रहे हैं, तो आप देख सकते हैं कि अगर कोई फाइटर 600,000 पेपर व्यूज बेच सकता है तो दैट्स अ बिग डील। दैट्स अ वेरी वेरी बिग डील।
Yeah, of course, it's a big deal. But the thing is that the only fans who come, they are not boxing fans. They are not even casuals. They are Jake Paul fans.
तो क्या
Because the
हुआ,
thing is,
एटलीस्ट सम फैंस आर ट्यूनिंग इन।
okay, so of course, like these new casual fans that Jake Paul brings to the sport, they bring much more eyes. But yeah, keeping that aside, I don't believe that he has caused that much of disruption in boxing. Boxing has always been a big. Boxing has always been big. I mean, even I never used to watch boxing that much. I only used to watch highlights and recaps. But whenever I watch it, it's interesting. Yeah, some of
डेफिनेटली।
the fights we don't get them on time, like this Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence fight. It's keeping on dragging at the moment. So I don't know why, but it keeps on dragging. But I'm sure we will get to see it. I hope this year. And then you see these boxers, they are fucking around, messing around. They are not fighting who they are supposed to fight. Yeah, that is also a bit of a shame, but that doesn't happen in MMA. Of course, MMA is going to be bigger. But
दैट्स
then
व्हाई मैंने
again,
कहा था कि बॉक्सिंग फैंस आर ट्यूनिंग आउट। गो अहेड।
they are not. They are not. If you watch Canelo fights, he always has big numbers. If you watch if you nah, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me
नो
I'm
नो,
wrong.
यू
If
आर नॉट
you
रॉन्ग इन दैट।
if you if you watch Floyd's fights, people will always tune in. Like when you
ऑब्वियसली, ऑब्वियसली,
when you
ऑब्वियसली।
when he was doing his
यू
prime.
कांट से द सेम विद बीवोल। You can't say the same with the other champions over there.
such as
Even Terence Crawford 400,000 pay-per-views करने में उसकी फट जाती हैं.
that is a fair amount of pay-per-views,
Nah. Every
That is a
UFC fight
fair.
is doing 500, 600. Every UFC fight is doing that. Pay-per-view, I'm sorry.
Nah, I don't believe that.
Nah, 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 nah. Okay, okay. Yeah, obviously. And not every, but जिसमें कुछ off note worthy है.
Of course. But at present, the biggest names in boxing, they always bring more than 1 million pay-per-views. 1 million or
I,
at least more. Tyson Fury
uh,
will be. I'll tell you
Tyson
this
Fury,
much:
obviously.
if Tyson Fury fights Usyk, or if Joshua fights Wilder, those
One
fights are
plus
gonna be,
million, definitely. Definitely
yeah,
one
for
plus.
sure.
Definitely one
Yeah,
plus. Because it
la-
takes two to tango.
if Canelo fights, he'll that fight will be huge.
No, 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 no.
If Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia will fight, that fight is gonna be huge. I'm telling you. But okay, enough of
कनेलो
boxing.
कनेलो की फाइट हुई थी जब ट्रिपल जी के साथ, तो
Mhm.
उसमें ही ओनली हैड 1.03 और 4 समथिंग.
So
दैट
is
मींस दैट
that's
मींस
a good
दो
number.
दो
That is a
सुपरस्टार
good number.
मिलके 1 मिलियन रीच कर रहे हैं. तो कैसे आप बोल सकते हो कि कनेलो की हर फाइट 1 मिलियन जाती है?
The
आई
thing
आई
is
आई
that,
डोंट आई डोंट बिलीव दैट.
see, even the build up to that fight, it wasn't that as big as it should have, as it could have been. I don't believe that they built that
There
card
have
up
only
so much.
been three times when Canelo has uh, crossed over 1 million. That was Canelo Chavez 1 million, Canelo Golovkin 1.3, Canelo
Mm.
Golovkin 2 1.1, and Mayweather Canelo was 2.2 obviously. उसके अलावा Caleb Plant 800, Canelo Bivol 520, and Canelo Golovkin the trilogy, it happened only 550. 550. That is
The
shit
last fight,
number, man. That is shit number.
well,
Disgusting,
they
man.
did.
Disgusting.
It's not disgusting.
I, I'm
It's not
I'm so
disgusting.
appalled,
That
man.
that that
I'm so appalled with that because they were two legends and still 550. I don't know.
चलो, it's fine. अपना किया जाता है.
नहीं, but it's really appalling यार. 550, 100,000 अगर आप पे पर व्यू खरीद रहे हैं, that is so low for two legends. At least have
It
some
is.
respect for Golovkin. Canelo की सारी फाइट आती ही हैं obviously. So coming back to the point, जैसा कि मैं बोल रहा था, Jake Paul has signed a multi-fight deal प्रोफेशनल फाइटर्स लीग के साथ, एंड जेक पॉल 2023 में एमएमए करने वाले हैं. किसके अगेंस्ट करेंगे नॉट श्योर, कब करेंगे नॉट श्योर, बट ही हैज साइंड विद ए टॉप टियर एमएमए प्रमोशन दैट इज पीएफएल. योर फर्स्ट थॉट्स ऑन इट, डॉनी?
I think it's great, especially with that deal of giving the pay-per-view shares of at least 50 or close to 50% of the pay-per-view shares to the fighters. You know, I think that's gonna be great. The fighters are gonna make good money, and with this business motive in mind, I believe like it's gonna stir the UFC as well. It's gonna make the UFC take drastic measures, because when it comes to views, PFL doesn't even compare the UFC. No any other organization for that matter. Not just views, but the quality of the fighters.
फॉर
How,
एवरी इंटरेक्शन.
regarding each and everything, hands down, UFC is the best. But now that but now that Jake is in the MMA scene, now that he's signed with PFL, now that with the introduction of this business plan, the super fight division, I believe that you know there's going to be a rival. At least when it comes to viewership, at least there's going to be UFC is going to have a rival. So I don't know. I don't know about the competition though. So, and I'm thinking like how with whom Jake will fight as well. So I think they're gonna have to be very very careful with that. So, because I can see Tyron Woodley has challenged him, and then who else? Uh, Anthony Pettis. So, and then who else? What
Ben
else? What else
Askren.
do I say?
Ben Askren.
Yeah, Ben Askren, bro. Ben Ben Askren can beat the shit out of Jake Paul in MMA. You know that, right?
No,
He can.
he's too old,
He,
yeah. He's too old.
he
He's too
may
old.
be old.
Leave
He
him,
may
leave
be
him, leave
old.
him.
He may be old, but I believe that Ben Askren he can beat Jake Paul in an MMA match. But okay, fine, forget about that. Those are all like what ifs and all that. Until and unless we know who's he fighting, we'll have that discussion at that time. But then the biggest advantage of this, I believe, it's for the fighters. You know, so I've always heard and read that not read, but I've always heard that PFL, like, they pay their fighters like a good amount of money for fighting for their organization. So now now they're gonna have more eyes, and with the opening of this division, if there's any sort of standout fighter, good fighter who can bring some eyes and you know get some pay-per-view fights. I think it's gonna be huge, man. I think they next year they're gonna this for this coming season they're gonna have two pay-per-view shows PFL. So I'm very much looking forward to it.
Definitely, definitely. And जैसा कि मैं बोल रहा था, MMA right now needs a disruption, and hopefully जेक पॉल ये लेके आएंगे एक मच नीडेड चेंज लेके आ सकते हैं वो. एंड यूएफसी
Mm,
हैज टू एक्ट नाउ. यूएफसी हैज टू एक्ट नाउ.
mm,
जितना दे हैव अर्नड सो मच मनी, इतना पैसा उन्होंने कमा लिया है फॉर एवरीथिंग. चाहे वो किसी फाइटर की शर्ट हो, चाहे उसका शू हो, चाहे उसका शॉर्ट्स हो, सबके
yeah.
थ्रू पैसे कमा रहा है यूएफसी. सबके थ्रू पैसे कमा रहा है यूएफसी.
Mm,
फाइटर ना अपने स्पॉन्सर रख सकता है, ना अपने कपड़े पहन
mm,
सकता है, ना अपने जूते पहन सकता है. एवरीथिंग इज यूएफसी स्पॉन्सर्ड.
mm,
एवरीथिंग. और उसका बहुत एक बहुत ही जैसे कि ब्रेंडन शॉप की एक डॉक्यूमेंट ब्रेंडन शॉप का एक वीडियो में देख रहा था मैं. उन्होंने कहा था कि आई वाज मेकिंग $150,000, मतलब 1.5 लाख रुपए, $1.5 लाख वो कमा रहा है अपनी स्पॉन्सरशिप से, प्लस
mm,
यूएफसी से जो मिल रहा है उसे. और ये बात है 2013 की, 2014 की. दैट मीन्स 8 साल में दिस कुड हैव बीन मच मोर. दिस कुड हैव बीन मच
yeah.
मोर. बहुत ज्यादा अमाउंट ले सकते थे वो. तो
Mm,
ये मनी यूएफसी अपनी पॉकेट में रख रहा है सीधे सीधे, मतलब
mm,
फाइटर की पॉकेट में नहीं जा रहा है. दिस मनी
mm,
इज गोइंग टू यूएफसी. और उसमें से एक बहुत ही नेग्लेक्टेड पार्ट, 20,000, 30,000, 15,000, 10,000, डिपेंडिंग आप किस लेवल पे फाइट कर रहे हैं.
mm,
जो न्यू कमर आता है, ही गेट्स 2000, $4,000 फॉर ए फाइट फ्रॉम दैट रिबॉक
yeah.
किट, फ्रॉम दैट वेनम किट. उसके वनस्पत अगर उन्हीं अपने स्पॉन्सर हों, तो मे बी दे कैन अर्न 40,000, 50,000, 100,000, जितना उनकी कैपेबिलिटी हो, जितनी उनकी कैपेसिटी हो, उतना वो अर्न कर सकते हैं. तो दीज थिंग्स जो बेलाटोर में, पीएफएल में, वन चैंपियनशिप में हैं, इससे फाइटर्स कुछ एक्स्ट्रा कमा सकते हैं.
Mm,
So this could be a disruption that PFL is coming up with. And obviously कुछ बढ़िया फाइटर्स हैं जो जेक पॉल के साथ फाइट उन हो सकती है. सबसे पहले तो जेक पॉल फाइट, सबसे पहले तो नेट डियाज है एग्जांपल. नेट डियाज जेक पॉल की फाइट बहुत ज्यादा, इट कैन बी सो मच हाइप इसके अराउंड बिल्ड कर सकती है पीएफएल. और नेट डियाज हम जानते हैं ट्रैश टॉक करने में पीछे नहीं हटते हैं. साथ ही में जेक पॉल भी पीछे नहीं हटते हैं. तो इट कैन बी अ वेरी गुड स्पेक्टिकल टू वॉच. एक बहुत बढ़िया मैच हमें देखने को मिल सकता है. प्लस मैच से पहले, मैच के बाद के एंटीक्स हमें देखने को मिल सकते हैं. साथ ही में
mm,
बहुत सारे मिक्स मार्शल आर्टिस्ट से फाइट करने के लिए रेडी हैं. सो
yeah.
ये दिस इज नेवर एंडिंग साइकिल. एक नेवर एंडिंग साइकिल है ये. थियागो सांटोस, आई एम श्योर वो फाइट नहीं करेंगे उनके साथ, क्योंकि थियागो सांटोस ऑलरेडी 205 पाउंड में फाइट करते हैं, लाइट हैवीवेट डिवीजन में. तो वो तो फाइट नहीं करेंगे. हालांकि जेक पॉल का वेट अराउंड 195 रहता है, सो दैट कम्स अंडर लाइट हैवीवेट डिवीजन. लेकिन
They can
स्टिल,
fight. They can fight in the catchweight division because
ऑब्वियसली.
they can fight in the catchweight division because I don't believe that Thiago Santos is a natural light heavyweight. He came up from middleweight. You know that, right?
डेफिनेटली.
So I believe that they can do like in 195 or like 200 pound like
100%.
catch.
शेन बर्गोस एंड एंथनी पैटिस, इन ये लोग ऑलरेडी कॉल आउट, दे हैव ऑलरेडी कॉल्ड आउट जेक पॉल. एंड ये पीएफएल में ऑलरेडी फाइट कर रहे हैं, तो दिस कैन बी अ ट्रिकी फाइट फॉर हिम। शेन बर्गर्स ऑलरेडी 145 पाउंड से फाइट करते हैं और उनका ओरिजिनल वेट 65, 70, 80 तक जाता होगा। सो दैट्स अ वेरी गुड फाइट, कैच वेट फाइट फॉर देम। एंड आई
Yeah,
बिलीव एक
let me tell you something. Jake Paul should not take these fights. He's gonna get beat up real bad. Trust me. He should not fight Shane Burgers or Anthony Pettis or anyone. He should fight some low level guy, man. Or maybe another, YouTube star.
एंथनी टेलर टाइप ऑफ फाइटर।
Yeah, yeah. Even Anthony Taylor also he beats him. I mean, that guy he's a veteran of the sport, and all these
टॉमी
guys they
फ्यूरी।
all Tommy Fury. Yeah, Tommy Fury he put up some post yesterday. He challenged Jake Paul to fight to come fight him in Manchester, and all the proceedings should go to charity. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's gonna happen.
गेट द
I
फक आउट
hope,
ऑफ हियर।
I hope it happens, but I don't think so. It will.
डेफिनेटली,
Tommy,
डेफिनेटली।
Tommy is not like his brother.
बट एक
I
चीज यहाँ
mean,
से जरूर निकल के आ रही है कि इफ
there's a difference between night and day between Tommy and his brother. Tommy is a model.
100%।
Tommy is a model. Okay, he can fight, he can box, but he's no Tyson Fury. दोनों में दिन और रात का फर्क है भाई. He is not.
100%।
He's not as skilled on the mic as Tyson Fury either. Tyson Fury
Not in
make you look
any
like a,
facet, not in
yeah,
any facet of game.
exactly, exactly. In combat sports, Tommy Fury is nothing compared to his brother. So I'm
Definitely,
no
definitely.
disrespect, but that's the truth.
No, no, that's the truth, and I hope 2023 make revolution I MMA, and thanks to Jake Paul, maybe we can see it. Maybe.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so, and I hope whatever that fighters organization that he's talking about, I hope that comes to fruition. That will help fighters for sure, and I'm glad someone,
चलिए.
someone like
Any
Jake
final
Paul.
thoughts on it?
Any final thoughts on it? I just don't want Jake Paul to fight any of these names who called him out. He'll get beat up.
Definitely
He'll
100%.
get beat up so bad.
Especially अगर वो शेन बर्गोस के अगेंस्ट
And
फाइट करते हैं, that 145 pounder can beat the fucking hell out of him.
yeah, even Tyron Woodley can do that.
Anything can happen, by the way, in combat sport, but still, moving on, moving on. So, the ladies and gentlemen, पहला MMA Hinglish Awards we are going to present today. For the first time हमारी इस छोटी सी पॉडकास्ट में हम
Yeah,
रिकॉग्नाइज करने वाले हैं 2022 में इंडियन एमएमए सीन में कुछ बेहतरीन फाइटर्स को, उनके कारनामों को, और साथ ही साथ कुछ एमएमए कोचेस एंड पर्सनालिटीज को। सो डॉनी, बहुत सारी कैटेगरीज में हम अवार्ड देने वाले हैं, में हम रिकॉग्नाइज करने, आई थिंक अवार्ड शुड नॉट बी द करेक्ट वर्ड, हम
yeah,
रिकॉग्नाइज करने वाले हैं।
yeah.
बहुत सारी कैटेगरीज में हम रिकॉग्नाइज करने वाले हैं फाइटर्स को। सबसे पहले तो मैं आपसे पूछना चाहूंगा कि 2023 में आपकी हाईलाइट क्या थी
My
इंडियन एमएमए
highlight.
सीन में?
I'm gonna shoot it straight. Okay, that Juju's knockout of that Filipino girl, man. That
मेरी
was
जैन।
wow. Yeah, he slept her. My God, that for me was knockout of the year, move of the year. It like happened in such a. It was like just like that, you know. That for me was the highlight of the year and the knockout of the year. But no, I don't. You can argue with me if you want, but yeah, that for me is the highlight of the year. What about you? What do you think?
आई थिंक द हाईलाइट ऑफ द ईयर वाज, मेरे हिसाब से भी आई थिंक उस शो में मैं प्रेजेंट था, तो आई थिंक हाईलाइट वाज एमएफएन 9 फॉर मी। हाईलाइट वाज एमएफएन
Yeah.
9 फॉर मी। पूरा शो स्टार्टिंग से बॉटम तक मुझे बहुत
Oh yeah.
बढ़िया लगा, एंड एमएफएन 9 में जो घटना हुई उसको तो मैं कोई भुला ही नहीं सकता। व्हाट
Yeah,
हैपेंड
that
एट द
was
एंड।
bad, man. That was so bad. That was so bad. Seriously,
बट
that thing
चलिए।
shouldn't have happened. But
हम्म,
you know, What can we do? Human nature is unpredictable.
100%, 100%.
Let's continue.
So, Donny, first category that we are going to recognize is Fighter of the Year.
Hmm.
Male Fighter of the Year, Female Fighter of the Year. So, any nominees for you?
You're talking about me, my picks for male fighters of my male fighters of the year.
Yes.
So my picks for male fighters of the year are Angad Bisht, and then this my my friend Shamanan, and then who else? Digambar Singh Rawat. He had a really good year this year. Two fights, fought two fights, won. And then that I want to keep. I want to add who else? Mm, okay, then Punyajit Likharu. Those are my fighters of the year.
Okay.
I mean,
So,
nominees of fighter of the
my
year.
nominees for Fighter of the Year are Sham Anand, amazing MFN 8, amazing
Yeah.
MFN 9, bloodiest war MFN 8 in MFN 9,
Mm,
and at the end MFN 10 में जो उन्होंने नॉकआउट किया है
mm,
रिचर्ड मर्न्स का,
yeah.
अमेजिंग अमेजिंग टू वॉच। आई एम सॉरी, शामानंद वाज नॉट इन एमएफएन 9। उसके अलावा अगर बात करें अंगद बिष्ट की, एमएफएन 8 में उन्होंने चोक आउट किया अपने ओपोनेंट को। द ओपोनेंट वाज चैतन्य गवली। उसके
Mm,
बाद हिमांशु कौशिक को चोक आउट किया एमएफएन 9 में। एमएफएन 10 ही डज वन बेटर एंड वॉन द चैंपियनशिप, द फ्लाईवेट
mm,
चैंपियनशिप फॉर एमएफएन, एंड अमेजिंग ईयर फॉर हिम। थर्ड,
yeah.
संजीत बुधवर ने पहले एमएफएन 8 में ध्रुव चौधरी को हराया। एमएफएन
No,
9
yeah.
में उन्होंने
George,
हु
George,
एमएफएन 9 में इट वाज जॉर्जे, एंड एमएफएन 10 में उन्होंने कजाकिस्तान के फाइटर आब्दे मितालिपोव को हराकर
yeah.
फाइट जीती, एंड ही इज नाउ द चैंपियन ऑफ फेदरवेट डिवीजन।
Mm.
सो
So, what do you
बोलिए।
think?
आई थिंक अंगद बिष्ट, आई थिंक मेरे हिसाब से अंगद बिष्ट शुड बी द फाइटर ऑफ द ईयर, इंडियन फाइटर ऑफ द ईयर।
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with
What
you.
an what an amazing year he had, man. He choked
Mm,
out a purple belt, Chaitanya
mm,
Gavli. उसके बाद हिमांशु कौशिक, who was one of the stars of Indian MMA. One championship
exactly.
से return आ रहे हैं हिमांशु कौशिक, and finally against Mohammad Gamal जो
Yeah,
he
that
looked
comeback fight.
spectacular in that fight. He looked spectacular in that fight.
He looked
Spectacular.
spectacular in the comeback, not during the fight because Gamal was
No,
piecing
no,
him
no,
up.
no. I'm saying about Mohammad Gamal. Mohammad Gamal looks spectacular, and I
Oh
was
yeah,
really worried for Angad Bisht. Angad
yeah,
Bisht,
yeah,
but Angad Bisht pulled off, and what a choke it is. And I think
yeah.
he should be the RNC man, right? Rear naked choke man from now on.
Mm,
His choke is unbelievable. बहुत ही
mm,
बढ़िया साल रहा. What a humble guy he is, and
yeah,
uh, उनका presentation अगर आप देखें तो it's
mm,
really awesome.
yeah.
And maybe you can say my Dehradun bias, but he's the fighter of the year.
I don't believe there's any sort of bias over in your statement. Yeah, you're right, and I totally agree with you. Angad Bish, he's had a hell of a year, 2022. So he deserves to be. I He is my fighter of the year. That's
Definitely. Now let's talk
that's
about the female fighter of the year. Female fighter of the
okay.
year. Let me give my nominees first. I think
Okay.
it should be Pooja Tomar, number one. पूजा तोमर ने बहुत ही आई थिंक इट वाज 30 सेकंड्स जिसमें उन्होंने नॉकआउट किया था तेंजिन पेमा को
Yeah. Yeah.
एमएफएन
Yeah.
9 में। एमएफएन 10 में शी गॉट वन बेटर एंड किलर बी को उन्होंने नॉकआउट किया इन द सेकंड राउंड। नाउ शी इज द स्ट्रॉवेट चैंपियन इन एमएफएन। सेकेंडली
Yeah.
इट शुड बी, एक ही फाइट 2020 में उनकी हुई है प्रिया शर्मा की, बट व्हाट अ इंप्रेशन दैट शी हैज गिवन। इसके अलावा मुई थाई में फाइट कर चुकी हैं 2022 में।
Mhm.
दो बार उन्होंने फेयरटेक्स प्रमोशन के अंडर एमएमए फाइट्स ली, एक वो
Mhm.
हारी एक वो जीती।
Mhm.
थर्ड वन दैट I'm nominating is Jojo Rajkumari. What a fucking amazing knockout that she did of Mary Jane.
Yeah.
एंड इसके अलावा एमएफएन 10 में उन्होंने एक बहुत ही बढ़िया परफॉर्मेंस दी। थर्ड राउंड में थोड़ा सा
Mm,
गैस आउट हो गई थी, लेकिन
mm,
अमेजिंग परफॉर्मेंस फ्रॉम हर।
mm.
डॉनी, यू गो अहेड विद योर नॉमिनीज।
Yeah, mine my nominees are Jojo and Pooja Tomar. The same reasons why you just stated. I won't I'm not gonna stress or add anything except what you said. But yeah, Jojo and Pooja Tomar. My nominees like Priya she had a good fight, I believe. And I'm not taking anything away from her, but like, I believe that 2023 she's gonna be fighting more, and not believe, but I know she's gonna be fighting more. So maybe when she'll fight, when we see more of her in the thing in uh in MFN, then I believe that is the time when I mean, of course, I give her my due recognition because she's a pioneer. She's a pioneer and like a household name of Indian women's MMA. But she's fought only, I mean, in this year, I believe she's fought only once in India. So I'm not gonna, I mean, I'm no offense, but I'm not gonna put the name out there.
No problem. And who should be the winner? Who should be the winner?
Obviously, Pooja Tomar, bro.
100%. I agree with that. 100%. I agree with that. Pooja Tomar, what a worldwide KO. And I just checked. It was 20 seconds with uh, Tenzin Pema, and it was second round against Killer B. Amazing. And she has had a fabulous career. One championship में she has fought against the very best. मुई थाई में वन सुपर सीरीज में वो फाइट कर चुकी हैं। वन वॉरियर्स टू बी एग्जैक्ट, वन वॉरियर्स जिसमें मुई थाई फाइट्स होती हैं, उसमें वो फाइट कर चुकी हैं ऑलरेडी। तो बहुत ही बढ़िया करियर रहा है, एंड 2022 वाज अ चेरी ऑन द टॉप
Mm,
फॉर
yeah,
हर।
yeah. And let's not take away, and I mean, let's not take anything away from Juju as well, okay? Because after her loss to Pooja Tomar, she bounced back really strong. She beat Ishika, and then after that, she beat who's that girl again?
मेरी
Mary
जेन,
Jane.
मेरी जेन।
So yeah, and yeah, she met
100%।
she met she met her match in a very skilled and strong opponent in Priya Sharma. But yeah, Priya showed her what is what that day. So I mean,
डेफिनेटली।
and I'll just add one more thing. I mean, when it comes to Jojo, I believe like she's still a very young girl. And in fact, almost all of our women fighters in the roster, I believe they're still very young. So there's plenty of room to grow, man. For us fight fans, we don't really care in whether you win or you lose. These girls, whenever they come to fight, they always come to fight. They don't they don't play these, like they don't. Like, yeah, they are very strategic and they are very good in picking their shots as well. But you know how they don't fight like this. All they go is like this, like, clash.
100%। लेट्स मूव टूवर्ड्स अनदर कैटेगरी, दैट इज इंडियन केओ ऑफ द ईयर। डॉनी, आई एम श्योर आपका क्या नॉमिनेशन होने वाले हैं। चलिए।
I don't have any nominations. I said it already. I said it already. You know it already, right? We've had some good
I know।
knockouts. We know we've had some good knockouts this year, but not uh, not not any of them are as outstanding as Juju's knockout of Mary Jane.
जोजोस वर्सेस मेरी जेन। सो मेरी तरफ से आई थिंक आई शुड ऐड टू मोर, एंड द
Okay,
फर्स्ट
go on.
वन, श्यामानंद वर्सेस रिचर्ड बर्न्स। श्यामानंद
Okay.
रिचर्ड बर्न्स एमएफएन 10 में एक बहुत ही 180 डिग्री का टर्न लिया रिचर्ड बर्न्स ने
Mm,
आफ्टर दैट नॉकआउट। एंड
mm,
उसके अलावा अगर आप देखें तो उलूमी करीम ने जो नॉकआउट किया था ध्रुव भाई का, सो दैट
mm,
वाज स्पेक्टाकुलर। एंड किसी ने सोचा नहीं था ये होगा, कमिंग फ्रॉम उलूमी। सो इट वाज
mm.
अमेजिंग टू सी। एंड these three are my KO nominees. So,
That was
Tony,
painful, man. That was painful.
that was painful, 100%. But Donny, who should it be? Who should be the
Dude,
Indian
I
KO
said
of
it.
the year?
Juju's.
I would
Juju.
slightly like to disagree. I think MFN 10 जैसे बड़े प्लेटफॉर्म में उलूमी करीम ने जो नॉकआउट किया, अंडर सो मच प्रेशर, इंडिया वर्सेस पाकिस्तान, इतना प्रेशर था उनके ऊपर. ही वाज अ शॉर्ट गाय. ध्रुव भाई बहुत लंबे हैं, अच्छा खासा, एंड प्लस वेट मिस किया है ध्रुव भाई ने. तो इट वाज अ वेरी, सिचुएशन बहुत ज्यादा ब्लीक थी. और
Mm-hmm.
उलूमी भाई ने एक नॉकआउट मारा. आई थिंक वी शुड गिव इट टू दैट. बट बट
You give
आई
yours, I'll give mine.
बट आई विल सपोर्ट यू ऑन दिस. जोजो को हम दे सकते हैं. व्हाट यू से?
Yeah, obviously.
डेफिनेटली. तो इंडियन केओ ऑफ द ईयर गोज टू मेरी जेन का नॉकआउट फॉर, सॉरी, इंडियन केओ ऑफ द ईयर इज जोजो राजकुमारी फॉर हर केओ अगेंस्ट मेरी जेन बूना फ्रॉम फिलीपींस.
Yeah.
नेक्स्ट, इंडियन सबमिशन ऑफ द ईयर. Any
Oh, man.
nominees for that? Indian submission of the year.
Hmm. Indian submission of the year. Angad Bish submission of Muhammad Gamal, and then who else? I think in MFN 8, Haru submitted Anthony as well, right?
लिखारू फाइट ही नहीं किया इस पूरे साल, ओनली एमएफएन 10 में.
Who else?
श्रीकांत शेखर वर्सेस सुमीत खाड़े comes to
Yeah,
mind.
yeah, yeah. And then Sad Rosario
नहीं,
submit.
it was a TKO.
Yeah.
It was a TKO. It was a TKO.
Oh, okay, okay. Ah, yeah, yeah. Sorry. Ah, man. Oh
अंगद
my
बिष्ट
damn.
वर्सेस मोहम्मद गमाल हम बोल सकते हैं. We can say
And then Angad Bish versus Himanshu Kaushik.
definitely. Avizo versus दुष्यंत.
Avizu versus Dushenki. Yeah,
ठीक
how the
है.
hell could I forget that? I even wrote it down. Shit, it's okay. But okay, fine. So Angad Bish versus Muhammad Gamal.
I think
Angad
इस
and then
पूरे इस पूरे
Avizu.
साल हमें ज़्यादा सबमिशंस देखने को मिले ही नहीं है, लेकिन स्टिल जितने भी
Yeah,
सबमिशंस हमें देखने को मिले हैं, उनमें से
yeah,
इस साल हमें ज़्यादा सबमिशंस देखने को मिले ही नहीं है, पर
yeah, yeah,
उसके अलावा भी वी हैव सीन सम स्पेक्टेकुलर सबमिशंस लाइक
yeah.
अंगद बिष्ट अगेंस्ट चैतन्य गवली, अंगद बिष्ट अगेंस्ट हिमांशु
Mm,
कौशिक, अंगद बिष्ट वर्सेस मोहम्मद कमाल, सुमीत खाड़े, सॉरी,
Shrikant Shekhar.
श्रीकांत शेखर ने एक डास चोक सबमिशन लिया था अगेंस्ट सुमीत खाड़े. एंड
Mm,
व्हाई आई एम हाइलाइटिंग दिस इज, पूरे पहले राउंड में ही वाज गेटिंग स्पार्क्ड ऑन द फीट.
mm.
श्रीकांत शेखर वाज गेटिंग स्पार्क्ड ऑन द फीट. बहुत ही बढ़िया किक बॉक्सिंग देखने को मिल रही थी हमें
Ah, yeah.
सुमीत खाड़े की तरफ से. एंड
Mm,
सेकेंड राउंड में ही टुक हिम डाउन एंड एक डास
mm.
चोक सबमिशन लिया उन्होंने.
Yeah.
And I was cage side for that, and I was seeing that smile on Sumit Khade's face. I'm like, okay, he is fine. So that comes to mind. But as usual, I think Himanshu Kaushik versus Angad Bisht or Himanshu Kaushik versus Gamal. These are my two top submissions for the year. What are yours?
I, for me, I will choose the submission over Muhammad Gamal.
Big
Like
stage.
against Himanshu, the fight was relatively easy for Angad. I'm not take. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but
Mhm.
Angad Bish made that fight look easy, didn't he? But
Straight into takedown and
yeah,
straight into choke.
yeah. But with Gamal he was putting Angad to the sword. But then finally Angad rallied and he got a signature. He got a signature, you know, submission choke. So yeah, I give it to Angad Bish.
डेफिनेटली. और पहले दो राउंड में फॉर गेटिंग आउटक्लास, आई थिंक आउटक्लास शुड बी अ रियली हार्श वर्ड, बट पहले दो राउंड हारने के बाद तीसरे राउंड में
Yeah.
जाके उन्होंने जो ये कमबैक सबमिशन विक्ट्री ली, दैट वाज स्पेक्टेकुलर. एक बड़े स्टेज में विक्ट्री लेना अगेंस्ट अ फॉरेन अपोनेंट,
Hmm.
दैट
Yeah.
इज रियली बिग. एंड आई थिंक अब हमारे देश के खिलाड़ी फाइटर्स दिखा रहे हैं कि हम फॉरेन में जाके भी compete कर सकते हैं.
Hmm.
सो दैट्स वन ऑफ द रीजन आई थिंक अंगद बिष्ट सबमिशन ऑफ द ईयर के कैंडिडेट हैं, एंड ही इज द विनर इफ आई एम करेक्ट, टॉनी.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
अंगद बिष्ट
I agree.
सबमिशन ऑफ द ईयर. Confirmed.
Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the Indian
Breakout
Rookie of
fighter
the
of the
Year.
year.
Rookie
Indian
of the Year. Rookie of the
breakout
Year.
fighter of the year, rookie of the year. Yeah. Who is it for you?
So for me, my nominations are always Yaku
Hmm.
first, and then Manish Mahanta,
Manish Mahanta.
and then who else? Even Dushyant also he had a he fought well. Did he fight in IMA?
No, 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 no. He didn't. Ah, yeah, yes, yes, yes. He did. He did. He did. He did.
Did right?
He did.
So and then who else?
Okay, no problem. So मेरे candidates जो हैं for rookie of the year, उसमें सबसे पहले तो आएंगे मनीष महंता. What a fight we witnessed. इसके अलावा
Uh,
दिनेश नावरेम.
ah,
दिनेश नावरेम. दिनेश नावरेम. ही कजाकिस्तान में जाके इन्होंने इंडिया को रिप्रेजेंट किया. फाइनल में हारे, लेकिन इट वाज वेरी गुड परफॉर्मेंस थ्रू आउट द टूर्नामेंट. जो वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप हुई थी गैमा की. मनीष महंता वी ऑलरेडी नो क्या उनका
yeah,
स्टैट्स हैं. 16-2 इन एमेच्योर अभी तक रहे हैं. इसके अलावा अगर आप बात करें, ओवैस याकूब इज वन दैट कम्स टू माइंड. इसके
yeah,
अलावा मैं बोलना चाहूंगा सत्यम कुमार फ्रॉम म्यूटेंट एमएमए एकेडमी देहरादून
yeah,
से.
yeah,
एंड इन्होंने कॉन्ट्रैक्ट जीता एमएफएन का बाय डिफीटिंग मनीष महंता.
yeah.
इसके अलावा आई थिंक मायरिडिन न्यूमाई, one of my good friends, and finally the headhunter Veni Suffix. Veni Suffix जो TCA में ट्रेन करते हैं. I think he trains at TCA, but he's from Manipur. Yes. So these are the guys that breakout superstars, the rookies of the year, and I think who should we give it to? I think Veni को देना चाहिए because Veni was the amateur fighter of the tournament, the IMA one.
Yeah, he was. But Manish Manta has had such a great year, man. He recently won Strangle, and then in IMA he got that MFN contract, and then before that, in this year itself, he got that crazy knockout.
Crazy knockout ACS 6
Yeah,
में. Yes, in
yeah,
March,
yeah, yeah.
March April.
I mean, he's this year has been a pretty good year for him. And then who
I
else?
think
Even Dinesh also. He had such a great year. He
hmm, I
represented
think
India, and then
Manish and I think it's all between Manish and
what about what about Yaku? Tell us about Yaku.
Yakub. He has fought in ACS this year. ACS में I think दो
Mm,
बार fights की उन्होंने इस साल. He was there for the November show last year.
mm,
He's good, but उनका टैलेंट उतना ज़्यादा दिखने को नहीं मिला. He fought very less this year,
mm,
जितना मुझे याद आ रहा है.
yeah,
Or maybe I'm wrong. I'm sorry, Yakub, but I think we should focus on these two, Vaini
yeah.
and Manish.
If that's the case, then I mean, my choice is obviously Manish.
I sorry, Vaini, but I think Indian Rookie of the Year should be Manish Mahanta. Manish Mahanta IMA Nationals के फाइनल में सत्यम कुमार से हारे थे. He still got the
No?
contract because
Oh yeah, yeah.
amazing,
So yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
He had 5 fights and 4 knockouts he delivered.
Mm, mm. So he's been knocking and choking people out left, right, and center, being while in the amateur scene. So yeah, obviously it's Manish.
Let's go to Indian Coach of the Year. Who should be the Indian Coach of the Year? Donny.
Indian Coach of the Year. So we've had from PCA, so many guys are coming up.
Rameli,
Kremili,
definitely.
and then Jitesh Bhanjan
ICSA.
from ICSA. Yeah, his guys have been doing really well, especially in the recent card. And then who else? Even Sena.
Warrior
Right?
Scope MMA gym में.
Yeah. No, 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 no. Anshul's coach. I forgot his name, man. It's in the tip of my tongue.
Anshul Jubilee's coach.
Yeah, the guy from Delhi,
Siddharth Singh.
Roasting.
Siddharth Singh.
Yeah, and then अपना Dujang MMA का coach. What is
Manas.
oh my god.
Manas.
Yeah, Manas also. He's had his fighters. They perform really really well, especially in the recent Naima tournament. Ritesh also he did well. Manish also he did well. So and then who else? Mm, yeah. So those are my nominees. I'm telling you, I'm having a really tough time. Having a really tough time right now. I mean, selecting who's gonna be, coach of the year for me.
एक second यार.
Because all these guys whose names I've stated, man, they have done like really, really well, even in the amateur scene as well as the professional scene.
करेक्ट आई थिंक इंडियन कोच ऑफ द ईयर के नॉमिनीज है जो मेरे पास है सबसे पहले तो टॉप ऑन टॉप शुड बी क्रेमेली में था
Hmm?
मेमे एज वी कॉल हिम अमेजिंग टीम पूरा आइमा का जो टूर्नामेंट हुआ था आइमा
Yeah,
नेशनल्स एमएफएन कंटेंडर्स डोमिनेट
they
किया
got
इस टीम ने
they got
इसके
team of the
अलावा
tournament, right?
यस टीम ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट इसके अलावा आईसीएसए से जितेश बंजन वी हैव
Hmm.
इसके अलावा वॉरियर्स कोव में अश्विन हून एंड मोहित चावला
Yeah,
बोथ आर डूइंग गुड इसके अलावा सिद्धार्थ सिंह and the last that I should say is Manas from Dojang, Manas Vai from Dojang, and these five are my nominees. So I think who should be recognized for this category?
I don't want to say it. You say it. What do you think?
You don't want to say? I think we have no better option than Kremeli. I don't think anybody goes beyond Kremele for now.
Yeah,
Amateur scene bolo, pro circuit bolo, everywhere his fighters are landing
yeah,
and that too
yeah,
they are giving us spectacular shows. बहुत ही
exactly.
बढ़िया shows हमें दे रहे हैं. So I think we should not look further than Kremele.
Yeah, I
Great
believe so.
man, great mind, Kremele. I think we should recognize you as the coach of the year. Agreed?
Yep.
So it's official. MMA English coach of the year for the first edition is Kremele Metha,
Mm.
TCN Nagaland.
Mm. So now where do we move on to fight of the year?
Next category, Indian Fight of the Year. Donny, go ahead with the nominees.
Yeah, you
Or should
start
I?
now. You
Okay.
start now.
So Indian Fight of the Year. First of all, इससे बढ़िया कोई फाइट मैंने तो नहीं देखी है बहुत टाइम में. दिगंबर सिंह बिष्ट वर्सेस पराक्रम दंडौना. Second one, a women's fight this time. Priya Sharma versus Jojo Rajkumari. Amazing women's fight. Arsenba Oskum versus Dinesh Naurem. What a back and forth fight we had. And at the end, Digambar Singh Rawat against Akib Ali. These are my four nominees for Indian Fight of the Year. Donny.
So my fight of the year is my nominees are um my first nominee is Pooja Tomar versus B for the thing
Okay.
for the strawweight title, and
Hmm.
then second is Angad Bish versus Muhammad Gamal,
Okay.
and then
Good. I missed it.
yeah, and then Arsenba versus Vishwamitra,
Dinesh.
no no
Vishwamitra. Okay.
versus
Oh,
Vishwamitra,
how could I miss it?
and then I've only named three, and then the fourth is Priya versus Jojo.
Digambar versus Prakram.
No, no, no. That one was a whitewashed man. And then Digambar versus Akib.
Akib Ali. Hmm.
Yeah, Digambar versus Akib. There's so many good fights, man. These are all on top of like off the top of my head.
So
So,
after
oh,
nominees, who should we discuss on?
man. And then even Shamanan versus Chipmunks. That's also possible contender because like that was a fight. We should put up a fight. And then
So who should
who
we,
else?
come down to? There can be numerous fights, but who should we come down to?
My God, man, it's so difficult, bro. Because all these fights
For
were
me,
so.
I think Priya Sharma Jojo fight, Arsenba versus Dinesh, Prakram versus Digambar. These three that I can count on my hand. It has to be among these three. What do you say?
Even this thing like that that Digambar versus Akib was also a good fight, man.
Good fight,
It
definitely,
was also a
definitely.
good fight.
Mhm. So we
Bro.
can have multiple good fights apart from this, but who should we narrow it down to? I'm asking this.
Uh, and then who else? Avizu. Who did he make his debut against?
Kapil Kumar. No, no, no,
Yeah,
no. Oh, sorry, it was not Kapil. It was Abhishek Negi from Mutant MMA.
yeah. No. Yeah.
That as
Even
well.
that one. That one was a good fight. Mm. I think mine on. I think I'm gonna give mine. I mean, my choice is I believe Pooja Tomar, man. Pooja Tomar
Killer B.
versus B. Yeah, versus Killer B. What is your choice?
I think Jojo versus Priya we should focus on. It was a damn better
Yeah, that
fight
was a
than
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that fight.
any one
Yeah,
of the Digambar's fight and Jojo. I'm happy with them winning this, getting
see, bro.
recognized.
Yeah,
But
I think
as you said, we should focus on how about Priya versus Jojo? What an amazing fight! What an
yeah, it
amazing
was
fight
an
that was.
yeah, yeah, it
First
was an
round,
amazing fight.
first round Priya was reserved. Second round
Yeah,
she uh, उन्होंने अपना aggressive किया. Third
yeah.
round she went all in.
She
She
let
went
it.
all in.
Yeah, she went all in. Yeah.
Jojo first round में she was electrifying. Second
Mm,
round में थोड़ा सा she went reserved and third round she was
mm.
running.
Exactly. That was a battle. Like that was a proper battle, wasn't it?
So
Ah,
should it be
yeah.
Priya Sharma
You
versus
said it,
Jojo?
man. Priya versus Julia.
Yeah, good man, good man. So as Donnie has already agreed, Priya Sharma versus Jojo,
Yeah.
and I think we both should recognize it as the fight of the
Mm,
year.
yeah.
Amazing fight, amazing fight. कुछ बोलने की ज़्यादा ज़रूरत ही नहीं है इस fight के बारे में. If you have seen it, you'll say it, you'll agree with it.
Mm,
And even if you don't agree, you can't disagree with that.
yeah.
Now
Okay,
let's
so on to the next. On to the next, my friend. On to the next.
international MMA, international Indian MMA fighter of the year. And my
I have
nominees will be Mohammad Farhad,
uh,
Anshul Jubli, and
Muhammad
Kantra
Farhad. His
Jagasa.
fight was ended prematurely, man.
I know, but he's still an international fighter.
Yeah,
He has made
yeah.
waves. He has made waves. ब्रेव में मोहम्मद फरहाद का अलग ही एक रौला है.
Mm,
He's even the ब्रेव प्रेसिडेंट आके बोल रहे हैं कि इंडिया का बेस्ट फाइटर अगर कोई है तो मोहम्मद फरहाद है. Obviously he has to promote his fighter, but he has the capabilities. He has he has been with Brave since the beginning.
mm,
ब्रेव वन से फाइट कर रहे हैं
mm,
इसमें कंत्रा जगासा थियागो ही फॉट इन वन चैंपियनशिप थियागो लाइटिस के
mm,
अगेंस्ट और फर्स्ट राउंड
mm.
नॉकआउट लिया इन्होंने.
Yeah.
अंशुल जुबली पहला फाइट यूएफसी सिंगापुर में उनका कैंसिल हुआ यूएफसी 275 में,
Mm,
बट यूएफसी अबू
mm,
धाबी में जाकर उन्होंने ही पुट अप अ
mm,
स्ट्रॉन्ग शो against his opponent, his South Korean opponent, King
mm,
Pyo. And King Pyo is no slouch.
mm,
King Pyo यूएफसी फाइटर्स मातेउस गामरॉट को डिसीजन में ले जा चुके हैं.
mm.
And also
And
against some very good
Arman Sarukian.
Bellator fighters. Go ahead, Donny.
Arman
Who are
Saru
your picks?
Arman Sarukian. Arman Sarukian. It
It
was
was
not
Arman
Gamrot.
Sarukian. Okay, I'm sorry, it was not Mateus Gamrot. It was Arman Sarukian. And look what Arman Sarukian is doing right now. Donny, you go ahead.
So yeah, my choice is obviously Anshul.
So you have already narrowed it down to Anshul Jublian. I think we should all say Anshul Jubli is the Indian fighter of the year, international Indian fighter of the year. Hopefully 2023 beginning में यूएफसी कॉन्ट्रैक्ट इन्हें मिलेगा, रोड टू यूएफसी टूर्नामेंट का, एंड फाइनली फाइनली एक अच्छा कंटेंडर हमें देखने को मिलेगा यूएफसी में
Mm,
इंडिया की तरफ से।
mm.
ऐसा नहीं है, नो डिसरिस्पेक्ट टू भरत खंडारे, बट कुछ अलग
Bro,
ही उम्मीदें हैं अंशुल जुबली से इंडिया को इस बार।
Har
कुडोस
Khandari,
टू अंशुल जुबली
Har
एंड क्या
Khandari
डॉनी?
got popped, man. Seriously.
नो प्रॉब्लम, नो प्रॉब्लम। सो मूविंग टुवर्ड्स द लास्ट कैटेगरी ऑफ द शो, दैट इज इंडियन एमएमए मोमेंट ऑफ द ईयर। व्हाट इज योर इंडियन मोमेंट ऑफ द ईयर, डॉनी?
My Indian moment of the year was it was MFN 10 only. Like
होल
three
शो,
title bouts,
फोर
three
टाइटल
title
बाउट्स।
bouts, three title bouts. Of course, the main event. I mean, the main event between um
Abdi Talipov and Sanjeev.
yeah Abdi Mitalikov and Sanjeev Pudwar, like that was a bit more like it was a bit more. How do I say it?
Ah, no problem, no problem.
The
But the
fight
whole show was
was
great.
not that exciting.
Hmm.
The introduction now we have like Indian champions. I'm very happy with that. I was like, oh my god, you have no idea how much I was looking forward to seeing that card. And yeah, I mean, we can't always get a perfect card. What can we do? But
How about
overall,
Jojo for the moment of the year?
these damn pigeons, nah, I really want to kill them, man. I eat them.
Okay. So how about Jojo Rajkumari KO of Mary Jane for the moment of the year?
The moment of the year for me is MFN 10, bro.
Okay.
That whole bloody card was a moment for me. I mean, where have you seen? Have you seen anything like it? I don't believe I have. Me, I'm a fairly new MMA fan. I, I'll tell you, I've been
I
watching
think
MMA for
go
some
ahead.
like 5, 6 years. So I've never seen anything like it. And as much as I've grown to love the sport, growing in my country, I don't think I've seen anything like it. I'm telling you the truth. So that particular card is my moment of the year.
I think my moment of the year includes MFN 10 number 1, दूसरा जोजो राजकुमारी का जो नॉकआउट था वो, तीसरा दिगंबर वर्सेस पराक्रम, व्हाट अ ब्यूटीफुल फाइट, व्हाट अ ग्लोरियस वायलेंस जो हमें देखने को मिला। मोस्ट ऑफ एक तरफा था, लेकिन हाउ अबाउट विश्वामित्रा मेटे वर्सेस Arsenbaus Kum? The Jose
I've
Aldo was born that day.
I've already given my moment of the year. I know there have been many great moments, but that that
How
particular
about
card
Pooja?
is.
How about Pooja the Cyclone 20-second knockout against Tenzin Pema? How
I've
about
given it.
Shamanand versus Richard Burns, that 180-degree spin from Richard Burns? Lekin, the moment of the year, as Donny has already said, was MFN 10. What a beautiful show. क्या मजा आया इस शो को देखने में, फ्रॉम टॉप टिल बॉटम। आई एम सॉरी, पूजा तोमर से स्टार्ट हुई विद द इंडियन विन, धीरे धीरे करते वी मूव्ड अप द रैंक्स टू पूजा शर्मा की फाइट, एंड व्हाट एन अमेजिंग फाइट। टाइटल
I can
शुरू
even
होते हैं।
I can even tell you like the other reasons why. See, first of all, we had the thing, the titles, and then secondly, it was some sort of drama over here and there. Remember with that who's that guy Sati Baldiev?
साटी पाल्डियव, यस यस।
Yeah, and then there was a bit of bitterness also when Dhruv Jolly
ध्रुव
lost
लॉस,
to Lumi.
दैट वाज वन
So
डार्क मोमेंट ऑफ द ईयर,
uh,
एंड आई एम सॉरी, डार्क मोमेंट ऑफ द ईयर की कैटेगरी हमने नहीं रखी है, रियली सॉरी टू whoever is listening.
yeah, there's no doubt moment. Otherwise, that could have been in
Obvious
nomination
winner,
for a dark
obvious
moment.
winner,
That one
obvious winner.
and that fucking thing that broke out in Delhi because of the Afghan fans. That one was crazy. I was wild.
But I
Uh,
think we should recognize MFN 10. Props to MFN, props to Matrix Fight Night, Alan Sir, Alan Fernandez, Aisha
Aisha
Ma'am,
Nam.
Kishu Shroff, and
Yep.
the whole MFN team, Farid Sir, uh, all the commentators, Rahul Bhai, Manan Bhai,
Yes.
John Hooks. All these
Mm-hmm.
guys who made Salil Acharya, who made MFN 10 a great spectacle to watch. मजा आया देखने में.
Yeah.
We were not in Dubai, but still Hotstar पे मजा आ गया था. Thank you Hotstar for having MFN. And as usual, जैसा कि हम already बोल चुके हैं, MFN 10 was the Indian moment of the year. And on to many more.
Yeah, for
On
sure.
to many,
I
many,
hope
many
we get
more
like
shows on Hotstar.
I hope we get like 5, 6 cats, man, this year. As the sport is growing in India,
The
the,
first
the
show
number of fight.
मार्च में होने वाला है पहला शो. Not sure of the city, but मार्च में पहला शो होने वाला है MFN का. MFN 11.
I'm looking forward to March, and I hope this Corona thing won't affect anything. And I hope that we don't die of Corona as well.
Mm,
We can enjoy watching our fights.
100%, 100%. So guys, ये था any lasting thoughts over Indian MMA 2022?
Watch out this year. I swear, God, I feel like this year is gonna get even better. If you're an Indian MMA fan, if you love Indian MMA, this year is gonna get even better. Last year was a last year was the laying of the foundation stone. You know, all the sowing of the seeds for some of the latest up and comers in the in the how do I say it in the in the pro scene. Like new guys are coming up from the northeast, from the west of India, from the south of India,
From the
everywhere in
north of
India.
India, do not forget, from Mutant MMA
Exactly.
Dehradun, from Chandigarh, from uh,
Yeah. From
from
Delhi,
Delhi,
from
everywhere, all around India.
everywhere.
Indian MMA is here to rule in 2023.
Yeah.
MFN and all the other promotions आने वाले हैं. Fans get ready. Indian
Yeah.
MMA is on the top for 2023. Watch out for the whole MMA scene. And I can't say anything to top जो Donnie ने कहा. 2023 was the laying stone, foundation stone.
2022.
2023 we are coming up with a bang. I'm sure.
Yeah, for
Thank
sure.
you to all the fighters. Thank you to all the coaches. Thank you to all the personalities, all everyone who is included, who is in
Yeah.
the Indian MMA community, Indian MMA
Yeah.
space. Thank you for making it better, and we are excited for another year of MMA in India.
Yeah.
That's a wrap.
That's a
Thank
wrap.
you, everyone.
Fucking wrap.
Fucking
Watching our
wrap. Yes.
show.
Thank you, Donnie. And
Yes, thank you, Mr. Amit. Now I'm gonna
w-
go and eat my lunch.
same here. And it will be amazing to see 2023.
Yeah.
And guys, do not forget to like, subscribe, and share MMA English podcast.
And don't forget to follow MMA Hindi and WhatsApp, Instagram.
Yes, and on YouTube also. Please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
That's a wrap, and we'll see you with another episode of MMA English.
Yep.
Take
Bye
care.
bye, everyone.
Bye.
Happy New Year. Take care. Then stop recording.